So humanity, our DNA is waking up. Our DNA is waking up. And as that DNA dance awakens, capacities that we didn't know we had, capacities that live in the subliminal space within our being are coming online, even if we don't realize it. And something that goes on with that is that there's this need, this demand for an integral space, for us to be in an integral space. And what that means is that there's some part of us, whether it's liminal or subliminal, that's coming online with this DNA dance enhancement, that cannot tolerate disharmonics, cannot tolerate faulty environments, cannot tolerate and no longer give energy to frequency mismatches. Okay. And I've seen this. Well, many people talked about the great migration during the COVID shenanigans, but this is something that's continued even beyond. And hands down, what I've heard over and over and over from the many people that I've spoken to in the past several weeks is they're all looking for community. Number one. Two, not only are they looking for community, they're looking for wholesome sources for their nourishment. So this is nourishment intellectually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and of course physically as well. And this is why so many people are nurturing that dream of homesteading. Now, in all reality, now I've seen a few homesteads, I've been to several farms lately, and people have to know that being a farmer is hard work. And most suburban dwellers, it's not for them. I'm just going to say it straight up. It's not for them. I think that there's a little bit of romanticizing going on because the pendulum is swinging, for them to find their equilibrium. And, that homestead idea is way off in this pendulum over here, the pendulum swing on this side. And really what's the right harmonic match is maybe something more, in the middle like this. Maybe your best friend can be a homesteader, or maybe, you know what I mean? Your cousin, your brother, or whatever. So there's this kind of thing coming to the surface, is that these values are setting into the collective en masse, and more people than not, and again, this could just be the circles that I've been exposed to, are settling into the importance of having a community that's in resonance with them, a community that truly sees them, nurtures them, values them. They have something really valuable to offer to their humanity. When I say their humanity, I'm talking about their community, right? And I've heard many stories at this conference of contactees having awful experiences, being treated terribly because they were very public about their experience with UAPs or contact experiences of the fifth kind, which is physical face-to-face contact with an extraterrestrial / exo crypto being. Okay. And one of them was a gentleman named Chris, sweet man. And his interactions with these ET beings have really deeply authenticated his being. And he's in a deep, heartfelt space most of the time, even among large crowds, even among, when the energy is chaotic. And, I was really impressed because I didn't go out of my way to have a conversation. We just happened to be in line waiting for our espressos. And in the talking, I felt very comfortable inside myself, which is usually that reflection to me that the person I'm with is an authentic, settled human being and a sweet person. Anyway, he goes on to tell his story, which is a profound story, absolutely extraordinary, where he's had miraculous healings of different things, stuff like this. And the pain was so great in his story from the persecution he went through. This man is, a mature grown man, highly respected because of, the sharing of his experience, and he's crying. He is really showing his heartbreak over how, over the treatment him and his family endured over the years because of him being so open about his experience. So he had a contact experience. He wasn't alone in the contact experience. Several other people were with him. This is the other thing. Several other people were with him in the contact experience. And he was having what a lot of people report as mind speak, which often happens with Sasquatch beings, for those of you that are more in that circle. And anyway, the contact experiences were in sequential. There were several that happened in order. And one of the things that, he was cured of his Crohn's disease, all this stuff. And he just wanted everybody to know, but he was in a very conservative, I guess what they call religious place. And people were really mean and cruel to him and the kids. And I mean, he just went through and shown in those moments all the heartbreak that was endured, and that now he can stand in front of all these people that really believe in him, really admire the journey he's been in, you know what I mean? And also relate and have had similar experience. And he's touched to the point of tears. So, and the reason why I'm telling this story is because what happens when we finally find a frequency match, finally find a harmonic of a community, it is such a relief. Being around people is not hard work. How many of us out here work real hard to deal with humans? How many out there? All right, yeah, go ahead, put like a one one in the comments if you put a lot of work into, or it feels like a lot of work to be around the general human population. Now, for empaths particularly, we, over time, as we become more and more awakened and empowered, we pick and choose, and we perhaps don't have it as intensely as perhaps people that don't necessarily believe themselves to be a sensitive person. But the whole reason why I'm okay, thank you. Oh, I got an ugh in there. Yes. So the reason why this is the epiphany that I had. The reason why it takes so much work is because it's not because humans are this or humans are that and people are this and I am that. It's let go of the narrative for a minute. Let go of the reasons why, the stories you have in your brain going on. Let go of that for a second. And and I'm not saying this to dismiss your story, because your story is your story. It's significant. It informs you consciously and subconsciously in who you are and how you show up. So I'm not trying to when I say let go of the narrative, the story for a minute, not about being diminished, but instead let's take a step back and try on the concept that the reason why it takes so much effort is because they are not a harmonic match to your energy.